Wasn't I good to you? Didn't I show it? And if I ever hurt you, I didn't know it. If you think I don't care, then you're mistaken. My love was always there. Now my heart's breaking. Oh baby, oh what a crying shame to let it all slip away and call it yesterday. Yeah. Oh baby, my life would be so blue. My heart would break in two. Oh, what a crying shame. 'Cause I believed in you from the beginning. I thought our love was true. Now it's all ended. Oh baby, oh what a crying shame to let it all slip away and call it yesterday. Yeah. Oh baby, my life would be so blue. My heart would break in two. Oh, what a crying shame. Oh, baby, oh, what a crying shame to let it all slip away and call it yesterday. Yeah. Oh baby, my life would be so blue. My heart would break in two. Oh, what a crying shame. 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 Oh, what a crying shame.
Raul Malo, thank you for coming to the press shop.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. What a blast.
This has been an amazing day.
Well, thank you. For me too. It's been a blast, man. It really has.
This is a different kind of gig, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, I'd say just a little bit.
Have you ever done anything like this?
No, not. This is unique. This is for sure. This is unique. I mean, literally a print shop. It's unique.
It is. People, it really is a functional print shop here. It's not just a shtick. It's happening. You can print shirts here, coasters,
All kinds of things.
pretty much
Yeah.
anything you can
Yeah.
think of.
Yeah.
2020 has been a tough year for musicians
Yeah.
and people in every sector. A lot
Yeah.
of people have suffered tremendously. I know 2020 for you, from what I can tell, you stayed busy.
Yeah.
You kept creating.
Yeah.
You have a new record that you released.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, I think, would hold back music and say, let's wait for commerce to start happening as it normally does, you know, status quo type stuff. And you thought a little differently about it.
I was doing solo shows, and we were kind of following the news as you would, at the start of this pandemic. We were pretty glued to the radio in the car and just kind of keeping tabs on what was going on. And you can spin yourself into a ball of inertia with all the different ideas and all the different going back and forth. But I always feel like it's better to keep swimming. Sure, the current might be a little strong, but you got to swim a little harder.
Right.
I think also, this past year has made me appreciate what I do have, and those relationships, like you said, my friends, our business, the people in our business, my family. Just kind of this past year, it's made you take stock, I guess, of what you do have and what you like about your life.
Ya va cayendo la noche, con ella llega la soledad. En este momento comprendo que nuestra historia terminará. Hoy es el día que de partir nuestros caminos se separarán. Ya nuestra historia llegó a su fin. Bellos recuerdos en mí quedarán. Oh, 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 oh. Tus recuerdos me acompañarán. Recuerdo un campo de lirios donde una tarde te di mi amor, pero ha llegado el invierno y mi desolado corazón no late si no tiene tu calor. Hoy es el día que de partir nuestros caminos se separarán. Ya nuestra historia llegó a su fin. Bellos recuerdos en mí quedarán. Tu hermoso rostro a la luz del sol, una caricia a la orilla del mar, el beso tierno bajo el farol, tus pies cansados de tanto bailar. Oh, 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 oh. Tus recuerdos me acompañarán. Oh, 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 oh. Tus recuerdos en mí quedarán. Thank you. Thank you.
Raul, I wanted to talk about your new record,
Sure.
In Espanol.
Yeah.
These songs that are on there are some originals.
Yeah.
And then there are some that I won't call them covers because they're completely reimagined.
Sure.
So we're going to use that term,
Yeah, sure.
that they're reimagined. And one
Yeah.
of those was a Willie Nelson song.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tell me how you chose to reimagine that song for this record.
Willie's one of my go-to favorite artists. And it goes back to childhood. He was one of my dad's favorites. And I remember when I first heard, I believe it was Always on My Mind. When I first heard that, I was like, man, that's a beautiful song. And his rendition. But really, when I heard his Stardust record, that's the one that really sealed the deal for me for Willie Nelson. And that was a landmark record. And that was a record that he did at the height of the outlaw movement. The record label wanted him to do another outlaw record, and he was like, yeah, sure. So he disappears for a while and turns in Stardust. And the record label's like, what the hell is this? What do we do with this? Well, to this day, it's his biggest selling record and one of the biggest selling records on Sony Columbia.
In the twilight glow, I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. Then we kissed goodbye and parted. I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, where only memories remain. And through the ages I will remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again. And in the land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain, blue eyes crying in the rain.
Right out of the gate, I'll never forget the first time I put my headphones on, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a new experience. It's all going to be in Spanish. And I heard the first guitar licks.
Yeah.
On the song is entitled La Sitiera.
Yeah. La Sitiera is a beautiful old Cuban song. Certain pieces of music hit me a certain way. And I thought, man, if I could combine that twangy electric Fender Jaguar with the reverb cranked and incorporate that into Cuban music, it's such a beautiful blend of two worlds. It's two worlds colliding.
Yeah.
Music is music is a language. And if you're a musician, you can speak it. If you're a musician, then you know how to play music, you can pretty much sit in with just about anybody that's playing music, no matter what style they're doing. Mm-hmm. You may not be fully versed in the world of jazz or in the world of whoever you're sitting in with, but you can get in there, And to me, I've always loved that approach to music and combining things. And I'm not. It's funny because one of the young guys in the band, one of the young Cuban guys that plays with us, he goes, well, traditionally, we put bongos in here, and I'm like, yeah, no, mute that. I don't want traditional. It's not. Think of it as when you hear a song and you want to record it. Well, try not to put the heft or the history of that song, that's been recorded for 30 years or whatever. Pretend like you just got this. It's a demo. What would you do with it?
Linda mujer, que sobre mí no hay quien tenga más poder. Mira, solo con mirar seré feliz. Si eso es todo lo que puedo hacer, mira, un día reconocerás que te haré falta a ti, como me haces tú a mí, mujer. Te quiero complacer si me dejas, mi linda mujer. Quizás un día reconocerás que te haré falta a ti, como me haces tú a mí, mujer. Te quiero complacer si me dejas, mi linda mujer, linda mujer, mi linda mujer, linda mujer. Thank you.
And this is we made this in the print shop, but this is
That's the album cover.
That's the album cover.
Heck yeah.
Who's in charge of that? That's pretty sick.
Thank you, man. That's that's an artist in Arizona, Dolan Brennan, that's actually a sculpture, and he works with metals, and so those are all pieces of metal. I mean, the piece is about this big, and when I saw our graphic designer put it, in album form, I just thought, oh man, that's the album cover. And it turns out, she's a goddess that protects. Would protect your village. La Catrina is the goddess.
She was with me this morning on my walk. There's no doubt.
Yeah. And I love her. There's something beautiful about her, and that image just spoke to me when I first saw it.
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart. High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're a part of art. You wander down the lane and far away, leaving me a song that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely nights dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you, though our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. Well, that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside the garden wall. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses bloom, though I dreamed in vain. In my heart it will remain, my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. Stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. Thank you.
Where did you come up with this idea? Was this thought through, or is it something that just happened to do your first Spanish record?
We when we got the band back together in 2012, one of the bucket list records that we had on our list was like, we got to do an all Spanish record. Mm-hmm. And we just left it at that. It wasn't specific, whether if it was going to be covers, classics, originals, new stuff. We didn't specify because we didn't know. And so whenever we would have an extra day or something from the road and we'd be in the studio, and if I had a song or something, let's go in and record it. Let's go in and do this. Let's go. And we just kept at it. And we would record a cover. We would record an original. We'd record a jam. It'd just be an idea. It'd be a loose idea, but we would be recording. And then the record started to take shape the more we did that. And it really became a celebration of Latin culture. You know, it's kind of like growing up in Miami to Cuban parents. I mean, we didn't just listen to Cuban music.
Mm-hmm.
We listened to Mexican music. We listened to Argentinian music. We listened to all kinds of music. That was one of the beautiful things I thought about when I think about growing up. You know, the music was celebrated. And in its own way, the diversity in music was celebrated. Like we listened to everything. And it was cool.
Tanto tiempo disfrutamos de este amor, nuestras almas se acercaron, tanto así que yo guardo tu sabor, pero tú llevas también sabor a mí. Si negaras mi presencia en tu vivir, bastaría con abrazarte y conversar. Tanta vida yo te di que por fuerza tienes ya sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueño, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad. De mi vida doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Pasarán más de 1000 años y muchos más. Yo no sé si tenga amor la eternidad, pero allá tal como aquí en la boca llevarás sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueño, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad. De mi vida doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Pasarán más de 1000 años y muchos más. Yo no sé si tenga amor la eternidad, pero allá tal como aquí en la boca llevarás sabor a mí, sabor a mí.
That's the thing about Spanish. Well, it's the thing about music. You don't have to. I don't think you have to know exactly what they're saying to understand it. You know, I mean, we listen to opera. Not everybody speaks Italian, you know, and yet we go to the opera and we cry when certain songs play. Why? Because they just do. You know, they just get you.
It shines through. You
Yeah.
know, the music is a language of its own, And I can't wait to recommend this record to my friends that don't speak Spanish.
Sure.
You know, I've never done that, but this truly is my favorite record that's out right now.
Thank you, man.
And,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank
it makes
you.
me want to learn Spanish. It really does.
Yeah, yeah. And that's okay. You know, we could all brush up on it a little bit.
We
you know?
should brush up, but then I think to myself, maybe not. Just leave it. You're enjoying
Leave
it the
it.
way that it is.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
Yeah.
Interpret it the way you want to interpret
Absolutely.
it, right? That's what it's about.
That's what music does, and you know, the listener gets to have that fun.
Yeah.
You know, gets to internalize it and have it applied to your own when you're going for a walk or whatever you're doing. You know, having a margarita or you know.
There are certain people that perform that evoke true raw emotion, like it's an experience that hits you in your soul, and you do that.
Oh,
you really
thank
do,
you,
man.
Thank you.
Ever since the world began, she's been there to lend a hand. From Galileo to Van Gogh, she'd shine her light to let us know, to stand before her once again. For she's a wise and kind of friend. She's always there to see us through. Amsterdam moon. If you look close, you'll see her scars. They're brought to her by jealous stars. A guardian angel she has been, an inspiration all have seen. I'll stay with her throughout the night, making sure she'll be alright. Tonight's my turn to see her through. Amsterdam moon. I'll stay with her throughout the night, making sure she'll be alright. Tonight's my turn to see her through. Amsterdam moon. She's always there to see us through. Amsterdam moon.
There was another crooner song that you played tonight. It was "Please Forgive Me,"
Oh yeah.
and I didn't know if that was a reimagined song or that was an original.
It's an original.
Is it?
Yeah.
I absolutely
Yeah.
love that. That stuck out to me as
Thanks.
well.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it brings back so many memories for me. I felt like I was standing in my dad's kitchen.
Man,
listening to
I love those songs. I love those. I'm a real student of that era because to me, those are some of my favorite songs. And so we took it upon ourselves to learn a classic song a week as we were on the road. And once you start to play those songs and you realize at first they're a bit intimidating and you think, oh man, there's no way I'm going to play those songs. Those songs are really difficult. They're not. They have tricks and they make you think that they're really difficult, but they're not. But once you learn them and you learn the code that they're cracking, it's like, oh yeah, it's like looking in, it's like your whole world just opens up, and it's like, oh man. And so I'm a big fan of that style of songs, and every once in a while one just comes out, because there was a lyric or there was something or an idea, and so every once in a while I get lucky and write one of those kind of songs.
Please, heart, forgive me. I've led you astray. For I was certain she'd steal you away. I should have listened, but I turned away instead. For in that condition, there was nothing that you could have said. You're more disenchanted, and I am to blame. Surely more chances are headed this way. For until then, my friend, please understand, mistakes you must allow. Please, heart, forgive me. I need you now. For until then, my friend, please understand, mistakes you must allow. Please, heart, forgive me. I need you now.
Tell me about this guitar. It looks sort of like a Willie Nelson.
Man,
guitar.
this guitar. I borrowed this from David Vincent at Takamine. I needed a gut string because we were going into the studio in 1996, 97, and I needed a gut string. I loved gut strings, and so Takamine was making these at the time, and he said, "Oh man, here, just borrow this one here. You can use it in the studio, and then I'll get it back from you." This was 1997. And I've written every song since this guitar has been in my possession. I have written every song on every record. It's played on every record, on every solo record, Mavericks record. and on every solo show, I mean, this is my workhorse.
It has a few miles on it.
She has some miles on it, but in the flood in 2010, Nashville flood, I had just finished a record, and I had put all my electrics and all this stuff into storage, and I had just started a tour, a solo tour. This was the only guitar I had with me. Well, that flood came and it wiped me out, and it wiped out all that stuff in the locker. This was the only guitar that survived.
Oh God.
And I'm like, if I was gonna keep one, this would be the one.
Well, let's talk about the future. What's new? What's next for the Mavericks?
Well, once this pandemic is over, we'll be back out on the road,
Yeah.
you know, and shows are getting booked at the end of the year as if they're gonna play regular shows. So I am so looking forward to that. You know, the guys are too, as you can imagine. You know, they're everybody's a little jealous of me because I can go out and do these solo runs, you know, and play these small theaters and at least do something, you know, at least get out of the house. You know, my poor family, they've been stuck with me for a year and a half.
They're like, please go back to work.
Yeah, it's like they're so not used to that, you know. It's like love, it seems like only yesterday you were just a child at play. Now you're all grown up inside of me. Oh, how fast those moments flee. Once we watched a lazy world go by. Now the days seem to fly. Life is brief, but when it's gone, love goes on and on. Once we watched a lazy world go by. Now the days seem to fly. Life is brief, but when it's gone, love goes on and on. Love goes on and on. Love goes on and on.
Love goes on indeed.
Yeah.
It does. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, man.
You're a gentleman.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Live at the print shop. Check it out. Oh, that's a good ball strike. Oh, what a catch. We're playing baseball now.